how do you identify where the individual problem is?
The process actually includes first just listening to understand. So for the first time, people will just talk about what they want. Sometimes they are clear, sometimes they're not clear. They often talk about physical symptoms, they talk about career challenges, they talk about interpersonal issues. Rarely will they talk about their own fears. So it's a lot of intuitive understanding. It's also through skillful questioning and probing. It's listening to understand. And it's also, in my own way, running a body scan on them while they're talking. So, for example, if somebody says, and they're talking about stress, there is a method in psychology, in psychotherapy, which we call DLT, deep level thinking or deep level therapy. So as you probe skillfully, you watch the person getting a little more, emotional. And then one questions, I do the body scan and I also ask them, where are you feeling this right now? So they will say, I'm feeling a tightness in my chest, or I feel that I'm feeling tongue-tied, or I'm feeling a bit wobbly in my knees, right? So that's how one encourages them to tune into their emotions and start linking physical symptoms with their emotional intensity and reactions. Another thing for them to evaluate their own response is something that we call SUD. It's actually called subjective units of distress. So in a session, if they say like, I'm feeling a tightness in my chest, or I'm feeling breathless, or I cannot talk, I say, it's fine, it's relaxed. How much would you think this intensity is? Can you give it a number on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the highest. And this is not to be questioned, right? So if somebody says, I'm somewhere near 8, 8.5, fine. Then as we go through the session, talk them out of it, even if it's the first session, do some kind of healing, allow them to talk, allow them to pause, and then say, now what number would you give it? And they would say, it might be around 4, 5. Or if they don't feel anything, it's still okay to say, I don't feel anything, right? Because it's about being brutally honest with yourself. And then gradually we see the impact of any which way the needle moves, it's a good sign. Sometimes it may even increase and intensify. So ACOM starts with using a multi-pronged approach, which is a mix of psychology, which is a mix of mindfulness practices, a lot of energy work, listening to understand, and even right there and then might even include a few techniques to get the emotional intensity to reduce by using something like acupressure, by using stimulating certain points. For example, like this is a very, very strong point linked to a lot of meridian points in our body. Chinese medicine also says this. So but just by rubbing this together and keeping on talking, one starts feeling the relief. So it's a lot of approaches. As I had said earlier, it's a different one for the people. It's also a lot of intuitive understanding, where I may also use some cards for guidance to know what's going on with the people, and reading in between the lines because a lot is left unspoken.